On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals. Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. Oh, he's going to take a chance. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Coming out aggressively. Snags it on the right. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
On the move at the 30. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready.
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored the touchdown. That was big time.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Finds his man. It's Watkins. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Yeah, that was a good play on the ball, getting his hand up and getting the tip, getting the deflection. The ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground, incomplete pass.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Quarterback checking the play. On 4th down, going to the air. He fires a bullet to the right. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
What a great job by this defense. You get a 3rd down stop, and you're like, yes, put my hand in the air, 4th down, force a punt. They go for it, and you get a stop and set your offense up in great field position already. Nice job by this defense.
They'll run it from the gun. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Little touch pass to the receiver. The Longhorns have enough for the 1st down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. This offense has a 2nd down play. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up. When you watch the way they run their offense, usually it starts with the physicality and the ground.
And the Tigers will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Makes the grab down the middle. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers! Ready to try the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. They're wasting no time trying to get the ball back. They're going to go for an early onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the 1st quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. He makes the connection. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Back to throw, it's Manning. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Fires to the right. Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And a running back who can take a dump-off pass like that and take it for a gain, that can really be a quarterback's best friend. It's an easy way to rack up touches, but also get the ball to your playmaker in open space.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Longhorns have it with a first and goal. Direct snap. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas 21, LSU 7.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Using his feet to buy time. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, he's looking downfield. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas 21, LSU 7.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
29 Philly, 2-9 Flair, Flair, Squirrel.
He'll come out throwing on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. He's going to fire to the left.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and that's just on to the next down.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
They were on the move, but two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Feeling some heat. Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Right down the middle. Makes a connection. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting the second half when you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Line gets set, first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Finds his man. It's Durham. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide. Dump him the football. Let him...
Unloads it downfield. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Watkins. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. He looks that one in nicely. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Line getting set on second down.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. He wants to throw it again. Finds his tight end.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
There is nothing to gain by kicking it away in this area of the field, around midfield, going for it the wise move. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He fires to the left side. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's fourth and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this offense up in really good position.
Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it second and 10. Looking for a man. It's Manning. It's complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Quickly to the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
And the Longhorns are on the move. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Birch is way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Fast motion from the offense. On second down, just keeps firing. He's got it. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. It is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17 is...
Got a lot of running room. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, LSU! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Oregon has some work to do, but go against this team at your own risk. The program who played in the first ever CFP championship is always a threat to come back. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to the Pandas. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They get the completion, and that's one thing, Jesse. If you're going to get this guy on the ground, you better come in to make the tackle like you mean it.
Man, that was a heat-seeking missile coming in there. He knew he had a lot of work ahead of him with that big fella.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Back to pass, it's Manning. Finds the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
A 51-yard field goal is not really unreasonable in terms of range, but they'll try to convert on fourth down. Fires to the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Gets it out fast. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. They'll try to get it in with the run. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. The Longhorns want to move quickly. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And the offense, they're just trying to be physical. They're trying to run this ball in down close to the goal line. The defense, though, they're having none of it.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Headed to the end zone.
Archie, no! Stop playing. Yeah, real Louisiana boy, gritty on him. Stop playing with him.
No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half.
21.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Quickly complete. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll throw it on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A 1st down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Running back goes in motion. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. He lets it fly. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. Still on his feet. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
I love defenses that make big plays, that understand what they're trying to get from the offense, understand how to attack it, jump some of these routes, make these interceptions, and then not only that, when you get the football, try to do something with it. Don't slide down. Don't take a knee. Try to bring that thing back to the house. You set your offense up for great field position.
I wasn't going to try to score. We're trying to score now, gang.
Before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
I was handing out to my boy Bijan, man. You feel me?
One more play
Real
before
stepper.
the teams head to the locker rooms.
Real stepper Bijan. Getting up.
Keeping
Getting
it on
up.
the ground on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get
Get them
closer
points,
and
man. Go
closer.
to the half.
They'll immediately call timeout. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And now the lead is even bigger. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He's looking downfield to throw. He's taking the shot. Oh, he just flat dropped it. He had the ball and didn't look it all the way in, and it'll be fourth down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
They'll try the run. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Trying play action. He wants it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver, they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Coming after him. They get to him as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll leave it with him. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Tigers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Getting set for the point after. Right down the boulevard. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass. Trying to get back in this game with that last score. It's a 13-point game as they're set to kick off. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Texas offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking to throw, it's Manning. He hurls one deep down the left side. Ball lofted up for grabs and is picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up up empty, and it's a turnover. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He'll start this drive firing. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the senior would love to have that one back, just a little too much on the pass.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
The give from the gun. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
Listen, his team's obviously down in this game, but it's not his fault. I mean, this guy showed up to play. He's been churning out big play after big play. Already over 100 yards rushing in this game. He's carrying his weight. He needs his buddies around him now to pick up the slack a little bit and help get this team back in the game.
It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is the 36. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Durham. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
They get another big run for a 1st down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And that ball is picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have 2. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
Dropping back, it's Manning. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. Hand off from the shotgun. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll try to take it back. The 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Tennessee is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Neyland Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oklahoma. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the ball is free on the pitch.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
2nd down after the offense recovered its own fumble. Handoff from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his track.
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Quarterback checking off. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quick strike complete. No chance to run, but still a good gain. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got it. Touchdown, Tigers. Somehow, they got up off the deck. They fought back, and they tied the game. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. The kickoff unit about to go to work. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after
running toward the tape? And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
They'll throw it on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. He just weren't able to come down with that one.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Out of the gun, the running back has it. At the 40, there he goes. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third.
LSU 42, Texas 41.
And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Touchdown, Texas! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Number 5, with the grab and the score.
They'll line up to go for 2. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Got his man quickly. He gets it into the end zone. The 2-point try is good, and now the lead is 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Touchdown, Longhorns! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to go up top on first down. He rifles one deep to the left. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bed.
All kinds of running room. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Fires to the middle. He makes a catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They move the tight end all over. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 3rd and goal coming up here. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. Dropping back, it's Manning. Keeps looking downfield. And they get to him just before he scores, run out of bounds at the line. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They're backed up 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Twists his way through. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the 2nd half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Crosses the 30. He's got away. He's off to the races. He's at the 30. The 10. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance. On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Just over 50 seconds to go. They're trying to pull off a comeback, and they'll need to get this onside kick to do it. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Touchdown, Texas! And the special teams, that's always a momentum builder. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. Forget the kick, he's going to throw it. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion. They're lining up to kick it off full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Going up top on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. And here's the 5th interception by this.
I just don't give